Hello guys, there's a pandemic. People are staying at home, hopefully, trying not to spread the coronavirus. And we musicians are out of a gig. So everybody's turning into live streaming. And I'm seeing not only musicians, I've seen people that own gyms, people that cook, people that paint. I would love to share with you what I learned when it comes to live streaming. Alright, so there's a couple ways to live stream. I'm gonna get into how to do it like I do it, but first I wanna show you the simple way, which is just your phone. Using your phone is totally fine. The only problem can be the audio. When you are a performer like me, I do live looping. I plug my guitar and my bass into a bunch of pedals, and then from there I take my audio into a mixer, which then I connect the mixer to speakers. It's hard to capture that sound just with the built-in microphone in the mobile device. If you're coming out of your mixer and you want to get that signal into your phone, you're gonna need an interface. Like this, for example, this is the Apogee Jam. I've been using it for quite a while. A friend of mine, Matt Dendy, he just got it as well, and now he's live streaming with a full quality sound coming out of his mixer. There's a couple options out there. There's also the iRig. For example, if your mixer has a USB out, there's this USB to Lightning adapter that you can use with your phone. By the way, thank you Ben Hammond for showing me this device. I actually shot this video a couple days ago and I'm redoing it again just because I have this new information. And if you do other kinds of live streams, if you're not a musician, if you perhaps own a gym and are doing a workout live stream, then there's other options to improve your sound quality. You could get a lavalier lapel mic. It's a tiny mic that clips into your clothes and you diminish the ambient noise. Some of them are wireless, some of them are wired. So I'm gonna link a couple suggestions in the description of this video so you can take a look at those. Audio is very important. The second most important thing is your light. You want to have a good light very close to you. The closer the light, the nicer you will look. And you don't have to have professional lights. You could use one of the lamps that you have in your living room. Actually, those are nice because when you have a lampshade on them, you're softening the light. That means it's not so harsh, it doesn't create as many shadows. The right place to place your main light will be slightly to the side and above you. Your face looks more three-dimensional, it doesn't look all flat. Also, if you want to go crazy, you can find other lights and you can put something behind you to create a glowing background. And if you want to use another light behind you, above you, that will also make it even more interesting because it will separate you from the background. Look what happens when I turn it off. See, it's still nice, but not as nice as this. So now I'm gonna show you how I live stream. I use a DSLR camera. And in order to connect to a computer, you're gonna need a camera capture device like this Blackmagic Design Ultra Studio Mini Recorder. This receives the signal from the camera with an HDMI cable, and then with a little adapter, you plug it to your computer. To get the audio into my computer, I use an interface. Just like I was talking about the Apogee Jam before, well, I also have an Apogee Quartet. This is not sponsored by Apogee. I just use their products because they're good. From my mixer, the channel 1 and 2, which are my guitar and my voice, I take two lines, one out of each, into two channels in my interface. So that way my computer is able to recognize the sound coming out of my mixer. Now that I have my video and my audio going into my computer, I use a software that is free. It's called OBS. And when you open that up, in the lower left corner, there's a thing called scene. And you make a new scene and you can select your video source and your audio source. And then you can go into your settings and you can adjust the video settings. Here are some settings that I use. Then you can also go into your audio source and in advanced properties, make sure that you have the mono selected because you're probably not live streaming in stereo. Once you have your settings for audio and video right, you're gonna go into either Facebook or YouTube, whatever you're gonna live stream. And when you create a new live stream, they will give you a stream key. You're gonna copy this stream key and you're gonna go back to OBS, settings, live stream, and you're gonna paste your stream key. Then you're gonna click on start streaming. It's gonna start sending your stream to Facebook or YouTube. So you go back to those sites and then you click on go live. And so now you will be live with a high quality sound and high quality video. If you use a DSLR camera like the one I have, you're gonna find that it turns off after 29 minutes. That can be annoying and irritating. So you may wanna look into live streaming with something else like a webcam. I just happen to have these cameras and I like the quality. So during my live stream, I'll stand up and I'll click a button to keep it going. Here's a couple extra tips to make the best out of your live stream. Try to make an event so they know when it's gonna happen. Be very clear on what platform you're gonna be streaming. That way people aren't confused. Join some groups. There are some groups out there advertising and promoting these live streams. I got this tip from a YouTuber, Mari Hapoja. When you first start streaming, you can add a picture that says that your live stream will begin shortly and add a timer, like a 10-minute timer. He says that it can be very awkward to start talking when there's barely anyone there. But if you have a timer, you will allow for more people to connect. And by the time the timer is done and you start your live stream, you have enough people to start doing your show. Another tip is to offer a virtual tip jar. Right now it's hard times for everyone, so you gotta be mindful. Don't beg for tips. That's never good. Another tip is to have your mobile phone or your camera not too far from you and not too close either. You want to have it at an intermediate place where they can still see you perform and they can still see your facial expressions, because that's the whole point of live streaming, is that we're trying to connect with each other. I guess the most important tip here is gonna be to test your live stream before you go live. There's nothing worse than the awkwardness of being already live streaming and have all these technical difficulties. I went through that just a few days ago. So thank you for tuning in. Please make sure to subscribe, because I'm gonna be doing a lot of content, especially now that we have more time in our hands because we are home all day. I will see you very soon. Be safe, stay at home, wash your hands, subscribe.